Wake up. Check your phone. Drive to work. Pay your bills. You think you're free. But every step, every choice, every breath is logged, analyzed, and controlled. What if I told you the most advanced slave system in history doesn't need chains, prison walls, or whips? And the worst part, you're financing it yourself and defending it as freedom. Slavery in the traditional sense was obvious: chains, auctions, and the whip. But modern slavery, it's invisible and far more efficient. You surrender 30 to 50% of your labor before you even see your paycheck. Property tax, sales tax, inflation tax, every transaction, every gain, every inheritance, another chain on your ankle. Refuse to pay. The same system that promises to protect you will send armed agents to seize your assets. And here's the genius. The old slave knew he was a slave, knew he was a slave, knew he was a slave. The modern one calls it civic duty. This isn't just about money. It's about owning your biology, your thoughts, and your future. Wearable devices predict your health issues before you notice them. AI shapes your choices before you notice them. AI shapes your choices before you even make them. DNA databases collect and store your genetic code. And when companies like 23andMe collapse, millions of DNA samples can fall into the hands of whoever has the money or the power to buy them. Israeli officials have spoken openly about building genetic databases. U.S. lawmakers have warned about bioweapons designed to target DNA. Your very cells have become a data point in a global control network. This isn't speculation. The U.S. Patent Office is full of blueprints for psychological warfare. Patent 6,506,148. Nervous system manipulation by electromagnetic fields from monitors, meaning your screen can influence your nervous system. Patent 5,159,703. Silent subliminal presentation system. Inaudible signals sent straight to your subconscious. Straight to your subconscious. Patent 3,951,134. Remote monitoring and alteration of brain waves. The environment itself becomes a weapon. These aren't conspiracy theories. They're government-approved designs. What MKUltra once did with electrodes and LSD, modern technocrats do with smartphones, earbuds, and streaming algorithms. But to truly control a population, you must control its lifeline, money. Central Bank Digital Currencies, CBDCs, are programmable money. They can expire, be blocked, or limit what you can buy. Step out of line. Your funds vanish with a keystroke. In 1988, The Economist predicted a single global currency emerging around 2018. By 2021, they were celebrating the coming of GovCoins, replacing In God We Trust with In Tech We Trust. The cashless future they promise as convenience as, in reality, a financial prison without walls. And while the cage is built around you, you're too busy fighting your neighbor to notice. The system funds both sides of political and cultural battles, ensuring citizens police each other rather than the real architects of control. Protesters on both the left and right live stream their resistance on platforms owned by their oppressors. Digital IDs, identical in design, are rolling out across nations. Carbon passports to track and limit your travel. Facial recognition replacing cash at stadiums and stores. China calls it social credit. The West calls it safety and health. The language changes, but the architecture is the same. The World Economic Forum doesn't hide it. Their Great Reset openly promotes digital identity systems that merge financial, biological, and behavioral data into one global registry. The most terrifying achievement of the control grid isn't what it takes from us. It's what it prevents in the next generation. Children raised in constant surveillance will never know an unmonitored thought, an untracked step, or a choice untouched by algorithms. To them, freedom will not be a lost right, but an alien concept. So, are you a citizen or a managed asset? The chains are invisible, the prison has no walls, and the key is in the hands of those you've been taught to trust. The control grid is here, and once it locks shut, there will be no way out. See the bars, spread the word, before the last illusion of freedom disappears.